Augustus Kent says, the honesty and transparency that comes from Ergo is so refreshing. But then on top of that, you tell us not to trust you, to trust open source code. Yeah, basically, right? And I think that the reality is, if a system is truly decentralized, I shouldn't matter, right? I'm not here to be important. I think over time, I should become less and less important, have less and less influence, and honestly, people shouldn't care what I think. They shouldn't, look to me as the leader, because I'm not. In terms of like minor governance, I do have a rig. I have 1.4 gigahash, which means I'm a little minor. I don't have any governance power here. The mining community collectively does. I would love to see over time, the development community really become its own collective entity, right? Where there's robust discussion and debate, and it's not the face that wins, it's the good idea, right? Same is true with the mining community. There's a tremendous amount of governance power and, let's say, parameters that miners can tweak with, play with, adjust the system. If there's ever potential, let's say, issues that need rapid response or upgrades, I would love to see the mining community become an independent body that deals with that, right? Too often in crypto, people love to talk about decentralization, but then as soon as there's a problem, they come and are like, hey, babysitter, fix it, right? That's not the ideal that we're looking for. I think that's ultimately negative for the community. One thing that I hope I always see in the Ergo ecosystem is the ability for actors to come in with a unpopular opinion and, at least be able to have a discussion, right? I think the worst thing that can happen in a decentralized system to some degree is people aren't allowed to fight, debate, and discuss. I think that ultimately is a huge negative in terms of long-term sustainability growth and just making sure the best idea wins, right? When you get this human worship shit that we see in the space where it's like, oh, look at, I'll just use the example of Charles, right? A lot of people in the Cardano ecosystem look to Charles for answers. And, the reality is I haven't seen Charles' GitHub. I'm sure he has a ton of good ideas, but he's also running a company, right? I'm sure he's constantly juggling way too many balls at the same time. So, ideally, in a truly decentralized system, you become less and less important.